Hey family, Eve here. So family, today the video that I'm about to create is a video about the Holy Spirit being referred to as a female principle. But before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So let's get started. So family, the Trinity that we always speak of when we say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is really saying the Father, the Son, and the Mother, because the Holy Spirit is a female principle, which is called wisdom. Wisdom came from the Most High, came from the Father, and so did his Son. So that's why it's the Trinity is the Father, the Son, and the Mother. Because you always in a family, you always gonna have the father and the child and the mother. So so let's get started. I'm gonna read to you guys today from the book of John, the book of Proverbs, and Wisdom of Solomon from the Apocrypha. So let's get started so I can show you that the Holy Spirit is actually our earthly mother. Here we go. So let's go. So the book of Proverbs says, let's see, Proverbs 1 and 8 says, "My son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother." We know law is the truth, and Christ was or is considered the law. Proverbs 4 and 1. And 4 and 1 says, "Hear ye children the instructions of a father, and attend to know understanding. Understanding is wisdom." And like I told you, wisdom, understanding, knowledge, truth, all refers to the Holy Spirit. Proverbs 4, 5 through 9 says, 5 says, "Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth." 6 says, "Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee." 7 says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." 8 says, "Exalt her, and she shall bring thee to honor when thou doest embrace her." 9 says, "She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory she shall deliver thee." Look at all these magnificent things that'll happen when you obtain wisdom. Proverbs 2 and 2 says, "So that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding." Proverbs 3:15 through 18 says, "She is more precious than rubies, and all the things you can't desire are not to be compared unto her." 16 says, "Length of days is in her hand, and in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor." 17 says, "Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace." 18 says, "She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her." See, so right there is showing you in Proverbs, in the book of Proverbs, which is the book in the Bible that speaks primarily of understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. And that's where most people speak when they begin their studies. They start in the book of Proverbs, because that's what Proverbs is. It's known as the book of wisdom. So, and yes, so there you see in Proverbs how it just kept referring to wisdom as she, her, understanding. And we all know that wisdom is the Holy Spirit. Okay, so let me show you when in the book of John, where the Holy Spirit is referred to as a comforter, and how God is showing, how Christ is telling his disciples that what's going to happen when his Father send him a comforter. And that's in the book of John. Let's go to John. I think it's 14, 16, and 17, and John 15, 26, and 27. Let's go to 14. 16 says, "And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever." He's saying that with the comforter, when his Father sent the disciples the comforter, that his Father will abide in them forever. He's saying he will abide in them forever through the Holy Spirit, through knowledge and through wisdom and through truth, through them through the Holy Spirit speaking the truth unto them, that their Father, his word will abide in the disciples. Like everything concerning the Father will be in the disciples through the Holy Spirit, which is wisdom, meaning understanding, knowledge. They will understand, and they will be able to go out and they will be able to teach from wisdom, from the knowledge, from the understanding that the Father will impart in them. 17 says, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be with you. See, it's saying that the truth, which is Christ, the world wouldn't understand. They don't understand it. But through the Holy Spirit and the knowledge that the Holy Spirit is going to impart into the disciples, they will be able to go out and teach of Christ. They will be able to teach the truth. They will be able to teach of all the things that he came to the earth to do, how he came to save us, how bring salvation so that we may live from all the wickedness of this place. See, this world is wicked, and it's saying that the world wouldn't understand because the world is so filled with evil and wickedness and wrongdoing, and Christ is the truth, which is righteousness. The world won't understand. So the disciples are going to have to go out and teach all men in the world about Christ. So, and that the way that they will be able to do that is with wisdom, with the Holy Spirit, the Comforter. So chapter 15 verses 26 and 27 says, well, let's start with 26, and it says, but when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me. See, Christ is the truth. So, and he came from the Father. So when God send the Comforter, he will be able to testify. They will be able to testify of Christ, because the Holy Spirit is going to make sure that they do that. Whatever they speak, they're going to speak the truth. When they go out and they start teaching, they're going to speak the truth to all men, to people. And that truth is Christ. Testify, meaning speak of him, tell of him, teach of him. So let's go to the book, The Wisdom of Solomon, and show you how even Solomon, when he became king, he was only 12 years old. And all he asked the Most High for was wisdom, because with wisdom, he would be able to rule over his people, or to lead his people at such a young age. How would he know how to lead people at such a young age? Even Christ started teaching in the temples at 12 years old, which is a young age. And so at 12 years old, both them received the Holy Spirit, Christ and Solomon. So let me show you what Solomon, where he received the Holy Spirit, because that's what he asked his father for. And it's in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. It's 7 through 11. It says, wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me, and I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came unto me. See, he's saying right there, he asked God for wisdom. He called upon God, and God gave him wisdom, meaning gave him the knowledge, the understanding to be able to rule his people as king. A says, I prefer her before scepters and thrones, and esteem riches nothing in comparison of her. Neither compared I unto her any precious stones, because all gold in respect of her is a little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light, for the light that cometh from her never goeth out. All good things together come to me with her, innumerable riches in her hands. You see all of the things that was arrayed to Solomon. Solomon had all of these things presented to him through wisdom, from understanding. He was able to obtain all of these things, just knowing that wisdom did him justice, did him good. Wisdom of Solomon 7:14 says, For she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friend of God, being commanded for the gifts that come from learning, understanding, wisdom. Let's read a couple of verses from a couple more verses from Wisdom of Solomon. This is 7:22. It says, "For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me, for in her is an understanding, spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clean, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the things that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good." 23 said, "Kind to men, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and gone through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirit." 24 says, "For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness." 25 says, "For she is the breath of the power of God, and pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her." So it's telling you right there. You see how they saying all of these things, and it's speaking of she, her, and it all in it. Each verse says wisdom, understanding, knowledge, truth. There it is. And it says, and then in the book of John, when I was reading to you, and I was kept saying the comforter, when the comforter come, who is a comforter other than a mother? When she has her children and she's teaching her children, she nurtures them, she rocks them, she feeds them, she clothes them, she bathes them, cleanses them. She does all of these things. That's what a mother do. She comforts. She sings lullabies. She does all of these things for her children. That's what wisdom is doing here. She did it to Solomon. She did it to Christ. She did it to the disciples. And he's showing you that all men that obtain her, look at the glory. Look what God will bestow upon them from loving and having wisdom. All of these things are gained. So family, just want to show you the Holy Spirit, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all are our mother, a female principal. So family, with that being said, I thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you on the next one.